Hey, good morning, everybody. On this fantastic day, I've been doing a couple of quick scalps
JP Morgan CEO
with
says we're going to be involved in stablecoins
NVIDIA
and JPM
based on the
deposit coins as
news.
potentially
Turn
charging
that down a
fintechs for
little bit.
customer data. Should fintechs
So
be
everybody's been
responsible?
excited about that. I actually was on
That's JP
Lightspeed
Morgan
at 4 a.m.
on their analyst
Made
call.
my goal immediately on NVIDIA within the first 10 minutes, and that's great. So it was a great day because you can get on Schwab. You can't get on till 7, so I got on 7 and did a couple of quick trades. But here we go now, so it's tempting to continue to do this, but
JP Morgan shares off the lows now at
just before 9,
down about $2.
I better make sure I put this on day before I forget now. Anyway, this is Professor with Day Trading for Success live streaming. Welcome if you're new. So we'll be starting at the open to trade. We're going to go over what we're going to maybe be trading, and that could change right up until the market opens. But right now we got the SPY 624.81. The CPI report was out at 8:30 a.m. It didn't seem to change a lot of stuff. People knew what it was really going to be. This is a big earnings time for JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, BlackRock, Albertsons. And then, of course, that big news on NVIDIA where the H20 chips are now, the restrictions have eased to import them to China. My feeling about that is that at any time Trump could say, no, never mind. So I would be really worried about getting caught in a swing. But obviously, I would be long biased at stocks. Remember, we get the news ahead of everybody else because nobody else really listens. They're going on with their life. But if you're into trading, you've already, picked up on this news and you're already probably in a position or about to get in a position for NVIDIA. So I do think it will go long. I just be careful what the White House might say at any given moment to shoot us all in the foot, so to speak. So that's all I'd be worried about, is to be ready to move and shake with this. Now, it already was up here at 173. It is tempting to get in it right now. I got to tell you, everybody can do it if you want on Schwab. I mean, remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to emulate anything that I do here. As that message was saying over and over and over again to you there a minute ago. So trading is risky, and you really should only trade with money you can afford to lose, and be really, really careful. So let's see what the Fed might have some sort of response to the CPI data today. I doubt it. Maybe a little. Just scrolling through the news here a little bit to see if there's anything that's going to affect us. Not really too much. So, I mean, that's not true. I mean, NVIDIA was a big deal. And so on our scanners today, on the special scanner that, this is set with a custom scripts. It's available over at the $1 Million Margin Club because I gave it to them. I think they sell it for $4.99, but it tells you over a period of 10 days, which on a 1-minute chart, every stock that breaks $100,000 on average over 10 days, and then on 1 day. Then of course this you can just get on the normal scanner they have, and then it has a couple of other. It's set up a specific way with the ATR and everything to pick up the stocks that, for this consolidation strategy, usually can help us get our goal. Now remember, what we're doing here is we're just trying to make $100 a day, right? That's all we're doing. So, I trade strategies here that can make you a lot more money than that, obviously, but we're taking baby steps right now. You learning how to scalp, which is almost just sort of not a strategy. It's just a way to trade. So if you know how to scalp, then you apply that knowledge to any strategy. So this is large cap scalping, and it's the safest scalping you can do because large caps move in a consolidation pattern. Usually, everything's usually, maybe, might be. There's nothing that's an exact, so you have to but that's what's so great about scalping, right? Because you can go in and out on whatever news there might be. Just get ready to get out or get ready to get in, and you're ready. You're moving with the market. You see me, if things go wrong, I might convert it into a swing if I think it's going to come back my way. If I don't, I'll get out. But usually with large caps, they retrace. I didn't have a lot of great luck last year. Now last week, Wednesday's trade did retrace that I took a wrong call on Nvidia, so I made the money. But then Friday was a major debacle, and I got out at down $1,000 because the Charles Schwab told me get out or they couldn't file the complaint, and it was a pretty sure thing that I would get the trade nullified. And the update on that is the trade was nullified. So that was great news. Didn't lose that money, thank goodness. So back up to a really good month. I think we'll be ahead of the goal of 2,000 to 2,200 for this month in the 22 days that we have to trade here. So I'm not sure I'm going to keep announcing that over and over again, but for you people that were interested that are here, you happy few, you now know how the result was. So will I swore to myself, I'm not even going to look at Nvidia today. And then that news came out, and it's like, yeah, we should be looking at this today. I was getting tired of looking at that. But if there was any time to look at the open action and to try to catch a dip to go long, this would be the time, I would say. That would be my logic, how I plan to look at it. But I at first was not going to do it. AMD would be another good one. Anything to do with chips right now is taken off. So Tesla's a little sketch to get into. It's got, news on both sides, the good and bad. So
that's MULN.
And then we'll open these, and Hood could be really good today. Apple might be really good today too. So we'll see. I've added this close here just so we could see, because I kept wanting to see how much it had gone up since it closed, not just pre-market too. So anyway, we'll get that off of here. So Nvidia's looking good right now. We want to watch it. Now remember, if you do, I always recommend do not trade on the first candle. That is my advice. Do not do it. Even if you see me do it, do not do it. It's very, very risky. It's very risky. I can afford to lose the money, and maybe you can too, and you're okay with it. But I think it's very risky. It's also very exciting, So with risk is excitement, But what I would think would happen is a bunch of people will take profit because, right off the bat, because of where they had the stock earlier, which was way the heck down here when the market closed. So a bunch of people were like, hey, I hope it gets back up here to 165, which of course, it's going to, but nobody really saw that coming. So I jumped on really early in the morning right here and captured in somewhere in here and here, and got over 5K on Lightspeed. I went up to 2,000 shares at one point.
LCID, Lucid Edge.
So, that was a great morning, and that's why you pay for those premium services, because they can come in handy if you want to follow the market, Now you're just seeing the stair-stepping up in pre-market. So what I think is going to happen is that a whole bunch of people down here that won't come on until 9:30, all these market orders are going to wash out, and they're going to take profit. Now, some of them didn't even hear this news. They're not even listening. A lot of them, the majority, and they have a preset sell that is going to kick off. So you're going to see this go down. That's why I always say maybe. I mean, this is what I think is going to happen. I'm not speaking like God, but through time, logically, that's what happens. People take profit, and then it's like, whoa, this is exciting. Nvidia's going to go to 180 today, maybe 200. This is crazy. All that money that it went down, all that value went down when Trump, I shouldn't name, but anyway, when because of the announcements made, the stock just plummeted, So, and look, Shitaki's come up. So that's good luck. We're going to have good luck today, everybody. It was a tough yesterday with it. Was it? Yeah. Yesterday I took a trade for it. That's why NVIDIA beat me up. My first trade yesterday was minus 210 or something. I managed to come back. Ended up with 112 for the day, trading this exact same strategy, nothing different, on Charles Schwab, using their platform, which is free. And then, I muscled back in, and then I ran out of time.
CSAI, Cloud.
So anyway, that's what I think is going to happen on NVIDIA. But there's no 100% on that. For those of you just jumping on, I was not going to trade NVIDIA today. I was sick of NVIDIA. They did make me whole, and they did nullify that big mess up that happened, which was great. And now there's this amazing news, so this would not be the time to say, I'm making a point, I'm going to step away. But I was, a lot of people emailing me saying, stop trading NVIDIA every single morning. It's just, it's the top of the scanners, guys. It's the top of how this strategy works. So, if you can call it right, it's good. But what's been happening is other than the opening candle, it just starts to grind at a very, at a very tiny spread. So it really doesn't afford any opportunities except, there's always opportunities, but at the open is the biggest opportunity that we've been getting. So we've been doing better at Palantir and Hood for the actual strategy because these are moving up and down. You'll see it on the level 2. So most likely we'll go over to some of those today. Now I was over at AMD already, and I did mark it out. Again, we're in the stratosphere on this one, so we do have a extended. This is extended up here. This is the end of the fib here. So that's just letting you know where that level could be respected as it goes up. I do believe this will go up today as well. I do have swing positions in these stocks, guys, on my other account on Charles Schwab. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, for those of you that were here, I already made my book. I made my money on Lightspeed trading NVIDIA at 4 a.m. this morning. So I'm happy today. But let's see if we can do with this strategy what we're all trying to do here. We'll just make $100. So we're going to want to wait. I will be watching NVIDIA at the open for a big dip and try to jump in. But this might be one that we want to come over after as it gets past the first 5 minutes and try to consolidate using historical data, the Fibonacci levels, and then the really amazing indicators that I have here. So this will be one we'll look at. Now let's look at, let's go here to look. So let's look at, I'll go to Tesla up here first. Now Tesla has got different news on it. See, it says that Tesla stock rises, slowing U.S. EV sales set up a tester year for Musk. So that's not something I really want to hear if I'm a Tesla investor. And that story doubled twice. So, again, it's always an outlier, Tesla, right? You never know what's going to really happen with it.
Cell Therapeutics, to the highs now, 229, up 27 cents, Bravo Tango Alpha, India.
Let's see. He just talked about this one. There it is. Look at it go. And this is, of course, what everybody else is doing right now, other than if we weren't trading this strategy. In the early morning, they look at this, try to get some bucks, and then get to the RV strategy. Or it's been a different market in the last few months, where if you didn't normally trade this way, it might be, something interesting to try. Look at that, though. That's not something I would be interested in. That kind of volume, that's not something we want to look at. So never mind. Let's look at Palantir here now, because Tesla I'm just not even going to dial in on yet. So here's another one. Now this isn't really too much affected by any other. It's just been generally positive news on the market. It keeps creeping up. What do we have today? Oh, we have the SPY down though. I didn't notice that. No, now it's back up again on the 5 minutes. So what is the SPY doing here? Why don't we take a look at that for a second? Yeah, so it's just been, it went up market. So it's just generally good news across the board for everything. You know, if you look at from where it closed yesterday.
Trump will fight on and could take more of Ukraine. Sources say Putin will fight on until West engages with his terms.
I don't know if the news with Trump and Putin is, and him, I mean, selling this, Europe buying the weapons is great.
On Monday
it's going to help us financially, and then now Ukraine can defend itself. So I don't really want Russia to take over Ukraine. That's the way I feel, but obviously I'm not opening up for a political debate, please. Oh yeah, I don't want to be on SPY. Never mind. So we were here, right? Yeah, so this one could afford a lot of opportunities when we start here. So as we get past the 5 minutes, this one's been doing pretty good trading for this consolidation strategy. So this would be another one. It's got no trend now. Let's take a look at Hood. No, don't want to do that. Pretty sure I marked this out, although let me just check this historical data. Yeah, these are pretty much, that's smoothed across that. The fib picked up the high. This is actually probably a better one as the day goes on, because I remember we were around $100. We've been around this level for the whole week, really. Last week too. We've been around right in this level. Well, that's 94. I guess it was right here on Friday. Is that Friday? Yeah, that's Friday. So we've been kind of at this level. This is a good RV stock. Too. So this might be one that everybody's trading on the RV, this one or Planeteer. If we don't, NVIDIA is not a good one to trade for the RV because it has a catalyst and it's outside of its ATR range, so it will only rate like a 5 or a 6 probably. So this would be better for the RV strategy. But it might be a really good one for the open strategy, day trading volume 4, if you mark it out for the breakouts. I just think it's going to go up today. Famous last words, right? So we'll see. But back to Hood, if we look into this, I'm very curious to see what this looks like at like 9:40 on the East Coast of the United States, New York Stock Exchange. 10 minutes after open is what I'm interested to see what this looks like. This could be a good one. And it's a little cheaper, so you guys can probably afford more shares. But yeah, I just look at this and the way it's respecting this 99.25 line here, smooth through here. We have a lot of good spots that might turn this around, showing us the direction. I'm staying on this because I'm excited about it. I was also excited about Apple too, that this could actually be tradable today. And it's definitely been channel trading. This is another great RV stock. Look at this for the RV. I mean, that's 10 days of data that you're in between. So that's really good. I would imagine that the 50 and the, let's get a look at the, let's open the day here for a second. Yeah, there's the 50. There's the 200, there's the 100. Yeah, we're right in it as far as these levels. Yeah, there's the 100 daily moving average right there. So that's going to come into play most likely today. The 200's way up there, and then here's the 50 down here. So but that'll fall in between the ATR levels. So that'll probably make this is probably going to be like an 8 or 9 on the criteria for trading an RV strategy, which is rare you get that high. So this could be really good depending on the movement inside, how it's swailing, and we get a look. This needs to get well over 100,000 per 1 minute candle, which I believe it will. Right now it's averaging 146 over 10 days, and then yesterday was 101. So, but again, they had news too. So I think that that's a story I didn't read. Yeah, I was reading about this one, the $500 million partnership with Apple. That one I had seen earlier. That's a repeated story there, thinking that Apple could go up. We were talking about that this morning, that this could be a really good RV stock that gives you a lot of that, short, long in channel. So I would, if you're doing the RV strategy today, you'll be probably trading with us, because we would probably be on this stock unless something changes about that. So and Apple's pretty common that we will do that. But this is going to be the one that I've already got the 252 from pre-market, made the goal, trading this strategy, but it's on a catalyst, so it's not really trading the strategy. So I marked out, so it's dropping back down again. I originally was going to sell it out at 173 because I couldn't get into swap until right in here at 7 a.m. So I think I got it right here, and I was going to go for 173, and then I saw it stalling, and I got out before I came on here into this area here. And then I took a couple of scalps as I was setting up this morning, and then I just haven't touched it since. So again, we're going to expect that this is going to dip quite a bit, maybe even, well, probably at least to 171 would be my thought. And then I would go long anywhere in here. Now it may just do a quick little market, because so many people are buying that the market orders that are taking profit barely move this down. This is not one I would short though. I would not short this today. Now watch it go straight down, right? Because it's like you set it up. So this is not a beer, okay? Just sparkling water in a can, cherry flavored. So that's where we're going to be at today, guys. So we're trading a consolidating strategy. We're going to be looking for channels on those stocks, either Hood, Apple, AMD, Palantir, and then I might take a look at Tesla, too, to see as we get into the morning a little bit. And I'm only going to be trading for about 40 minutes. Although, I might go a little longer. Let's see how it goes, because I've already made my goal. So I might stick around a little longer for you guys if if it seems like we're not being able to get up to where we want to get today. Now, this type of trading isn't for everybody, and you might only want to be with 5 shares when you trade. Remember, I say go into a quarter of your position, but you guys got to figure out what your own strategy is here. Just see here for a second. We've got some nice meditative music on. Remember, guys, on all these videos, under the under the video, like under more information, you find all the links for all the cool books. Day Trading Volume 1, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, Trading in the Zone, Best Loser Wins, Day Trading Volume 4, all the books that I think you should read or have around your desk to trade the strategies and to learn and to be careful with. And then there's also a link over to the $1 Million Margin Club for all the custom scripts, and there's definitely some that you should get no matter what, like the Scalping Indicator, Scalp Pro down here, and the Risk Oscillator, which is a fairly new one, but it's really handy because it protects you when you trade, giving you a place to get out risk-wise. And then inside the middle of all these, of course, is in the middle of this chart are all these others. These aren't custom, you can just get these. But it has the ATR multiple range, so it's going to give you the high and low range, half of it, and then the whole amount. Everybody should know their ATR range of their stocks. So they know basically where it's going to move in the day, so they can kind of plan their trades accordingly. multiple time alignment, which is telling you 5-minute charts, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. What is everybody else looking at? Trading with the crowd, really important there. You want to trade with the crowd. This is only like a $24.95 indicator. Of course, you could open these charts individually if you wanted to, but they're always here in your face, and they'll give you the readings based on whatever's happening right then. This is the time. You can have it on any chart. The other one, the market pulse down here, is chart specific. So wherever you put whatever, this is a 5-minute chart. So that's what's happening on the 5-minute. The QQQ is up and the SPY is down. So if you want to put it on a 1 minute, a daily, whatever you want to do, it's going to give you that without having to go look those up. So that's the market pulse. I haven't come to that yet. Multi-time alignment, I just talked. The risk oscillator is really handy. That's at the top, I just told you. Then the MACD, right? Now I have mine, the alerts turned off so you guys don't go crazy, because a lot of you have these already. But this is based on a crossover that you're going to want to, EMA crossovers, the MACD, which is a pretty respected formula. And this is going to show you with arrows and alerts so you're ready. Of course, the market magnet is one of the ones I would highly recommend. You'll see me use that every day. That's based on your volume profile that's been coming in. And it's just a in-the-moment way to use that. Buy-sell oscillator is more based on RSI, overbought, oversold. Another way that it's going to tell you, like, hey, look out. These are just guidelines, really. Then the whole and half dollar is going to be put up there for, you can draw these yourself, but the second the market opens, the whole and half dollar just fills up, because a lot of people make their trades on half dollars and whole dollars. It's so predictable. So you're going to want to know. You're just going to want to know. Part of the multi-chart alignment's over here too. I have the labels here because you can get it 2 different ways. But this is showing you every 5 minutes what's going to happen. So often there's so many people that trade on 5-minute charts. And then of course it goes on to say there's the 4 hour, we'll go on to say the 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hours. So you know that there's more and more people about to make a decision based on this line right here. Now this is pre-market, so you can't really go by it, but it looks like it's going down. So you would look at this multi-chart alignment and see, no, it's not, because it just goes from the last 5-minute increment. So it went up. So it's basically telling you that probably people will continue to go long here, Let me just see, did that get down to 171? Boy, I would definitely want to take a trade if it got down to 171. But no, that's way down here. So this is, like I said, I swore off of it, but I'm back here because of the news. I wasn't gonna beat myself in the head again, but I definitely want to take a look at this morning to see if it drops way down, and then as it starts to flip, I'll probably get into a quarter of my position and try to do a long trade with it, and then I'll determine whether I want to just set a profit and ride it up, or whether I want to just get out for a quick scalp. Scalping's safer, obviously. Got about 10 minutes till market is open. I'm juicing up with a mixture of espresso and sparkling water. That's an interesting mix. Really see anything changing here. Now we have someone reading the tickers here. It's a service I pay for, which comes in handy for anything I have him reading for me, anything that's large cap related, and then we're mixing him reading stuff that's momentum related. So you might hear that come across. And we can tune out everything so it's not bothering us. I mean, I could, we're all in one big studio, so I'm not going to cut off what they want to hear. I want to hear far less than they want to hear. But, when I hear the momentum stocks go off, whether it be a pharmaceutical or whatever, I know that there's a lot of excitement in the market, adding a lot of liquidity just generally. And, sometimes it can trickle down or trickle up, whatever you want to call it, into a large cap and mega cap, just because there's all these people that are, trading it, and then they're switching suddenly in the middle, like, okay, I lost my ass, or okay, I'm ready to go trade Apple now, or whatever. So, you just know more people are in the market, and I don't know if that really has that much effect, but I kind of feel like it does. So all we're going to do, guys, if you're new here, is based on historical data, and I'll just go over that again. What do I have marked here? Okay, well, this just took straight off, so I don't have a lot marked here, but I didn't even do a fib here. Where would I fib be? Right here? Well, I just don't think it's gonna, I could do extensions. I'd mark the fib at the top here, and then the next line would be down here somewhere. I'm not going to mark a fib on this, but normally I'd have a Fibonacci level, which is about as old a historical data as you can get. And then I'm marking pivot points that I see here. This is really weak to create channels, so this isn't the best one to show you about what we do here. But as the market opens up and we start to get some movement in between these channels, and I might create more recent ones as just guidelines. That's all. They're just guidelines to see when to go in and go out. But you're watching things like your volume and your general price action along with these. So these are just helpers, right? They're just helping us along. Let's take a look at something that might make a difference for what I'm talking about here. Let's take a look at AMD so you can see what this scalping strategy is. Well, they took off too. And that was a dumb one. You know what I should have done is Apple. Okay, here we go. So I didn't actually mark out Apple to trade. This is going to be our RV stock, I'm almost positive. But what I would do is I would just go to look at peaks here. Like this is open session, so I would give that a little bit more credence than a pre-market. Look at how the fib just picked that up perfectly and turned it around. That's too close to the fib to mark. I might mark right here, an area where it consolidated. I would look across to see, is there any place else? And there is. It's like right here, here, and then it smooths across there. So this would be a more likely area where I might get, rather than just go right to the top of that, where I might get more of a turnaround, as you can see here, if this price got up there. So you're looking for smoothing historical data. It's a little subjective because you do want to kind of grab as many touches as you can. Like here's another good one. I get it so many places here and here. So, and then it kind of consolidated here, and that's right where we're at. So that's kind of an important level. Maybe. These are just guidelines, right? Some people would think this is insanity. But then those are the same people that say, oh, you can't go by any patterns. Everything's a pattern, guys. Everything. It's the only thing we have to look at. It's all we got, right? That's about all I do for this right now, because the others are kind of... I want the channel to be wider on this for the RV, but you could tighten these if you're trading just scalping, tighten these channels a bit. But that's the logic, right, of what we're looking for. We're about 4.5 minutes from open. I will be going back to NVIDIA one more time into the breach, dear friends. At least I've got a cushion today. We're not going to watch that go away if I call it wrong, I'll tell you that. Well, I'm telling you how I'm calling it. I'm going to call it on a dip to go long. So if you have some sort of a delay on the YouTube, that's what I'm looking to do. I would say that at 171 would be a spot I'd go in, or maybe even 170 would be better. Actually looking at that, being able that I want to go further down, I'm actually going to lower it to 100 shares. So if I went in on 171 and then I doubled down at 170 to half of my position, I'm only down $100. And then if it dropped, you really have to make a decision if you want to add in. I'll be talking it through, but I would be thinking, keep this, forget it. Once again, it just wants to punish me, and then come back to look for it. But throughout the day, it's probably going to go up, but I don't think I'd hold it and wait for the swing, because I got tired of why I was trading with you guys, wondering about that position. It's not the same as the other kind of trading I do. So And I kind of worry about you. I definitely worry about you guys, to be honest. And some of you could say, oh, that's not true. Nothing he says is true. This is a 15-minute down here just so I can get I keep moving these around. I had the news gone yesterday, and I brought it back because I kept forgetting to look up. I put the capital gain back again here, which is a great indicator too. I moved the market pulse down here. But I needed a bigger chart to get all this in without it making this too small. So I put the 15 down here. And this is plenty big enough to trade here, which is where I'll be trading on the 1-minute chart. And most likely, I don't know, I might buy the ask on the dip to make sure I get in. I'll look at the spread. I'm not sure if buy the ask gets me any better than buy market. It seems like it does, honestly. It seems like they just really almost like tack on. I don't want to get them to say, you need to take that video down. That's what happened to me once. You guys that have been following me around for a while, I did this sort of expose. I was about to name the bank, but, and I didn't think they cared anything. I mean, you know, I'm nobody. And suddenly I get this warning that you need to take like a cease and desist on the video. Like first I didn't think it was real. You're just some other YouTuber, right? And then it was real. It's like, okay, I'll take it down. I don't even want to, yeah, okay. I'm not going to argue my point. You have $1 billion. I do not. I'm going to take it down. That was that. Took it down. It's still down. It will not be put back up. But I was calling out sort of the practices that I saw, felt that they were kind of unfair, but it's the market we live in, right? It's where we live. So, all right. Let's see if we can make our $100 today, guys. That would be $350 for me at this point, using this particular strategy. Look how it's just dropping off. People are taking profit already. This is why you got to be a little careful, you know. It could go way down. I doubt it. It's just it is really good news. Just be careful that Trump doesn't say something right in the middle of this. Pelosi, 60% profit. Huh. All right, guys. Should be a bell now. Yes, I set the bell up. That was cool. Unless you had a cat near you that just jumped on your face. So there's the 171. Tempting there. God, I should have grabbed it. Is it going to go back down there? I will. I'll get it. All right, so I went ahead in. I'm not looking for a big profit. Tried to get out at like $30 there. It didn't. There we go. Oh, I'm right down here at the 46 mark. Should have just sold the bid. That was too bad. I hate it when it's because of a glitch that I don't make the money. You know, because of my glitch. I should have just pushed a different button there. It just looked like it was just going to keep going, so I just was going for a quick trade, and I thought it was going to easily pick me up, and then it didn't. So now my choice here again is to add to my position down here. Wow, it hit it so fast that I didn't do it. I'm going to wait a little longer. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Here we go again. Oh, boy. I might just be going in too quick, you know? Well, I made the cushion so I could do this, so... Trading on that first candle again. Here, now it's retracing up. I just need to get to just above 59. People are still taking profit. Just hold our breath a little bit here. Let's wait for a spring back up to like a good, decent, you know, at least 50 cents maybe on this one. Okay, people are starting to jump in like, hey, Nvidia's going to go up today. I'm going to take my swing on this dip. And we're going to make tons of money and retire. It's a good sign. That was a reversal there, right on that 170 mark, at least for my recovery here. This time I'll sell bid, not ask, but I'm going to wait a little bit, get it up a little higher. I'll take that. So that wasn't a bad. That was like a $60 trade. Hopefully you guys capitalized on that. It's still going, but I just wanted to make sure I had the profit. So I think this is worth trading for scalping just a little longer here. So let's take a look to see if it's going to reject. There's our market magnet. Too soon to worry about that for volume profile. Yeah, obviously if I stayed in, I'd have more money, but you know, again, you just don't know, so don't get greedy. This would probably be a good, you know, 25 share, 50 share slow ride to a nice few $100.
S&P pulling back after the open, but still up around 0.4%.
So, again, people took profit from what happened overnight and pre-market here. I would really hesitate to short this, even though it's showing shortable action. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oracle now falling as well.
So we're 5 minutes in at the end of this, so I might start looking at other. Just because this has a catalyst, I'm worried about a consolidation type trading here. So I kind of want to look at other stocks, but it is something to think about, guys. You know, you're your own trader, but to take a small position and then ride it up, you could set a max loss and then trade something else. That's what I'll do. I'll take a position on a dip here if it dips me down. That's 64. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get in there on a dip, and then we'll come back, and I'll plan on holding this. I have a pretty big cushion. It's not going to go down that far on 50 shares, so you know, I think we can profit on this. And I'm going to take a look at another stock. So AMD is probably going crazy. Let's take a look at Hood. Okay, so yeah, he said it was pulling back the S&P, so interesting. I don't have any of those marked here, but those are pre-market levels. But we're in that price action, so it hit it here too on a open session. So that's a pretty good level there. I'll go ahead and mark that. Let's get this over here and just see what it looks like on the level 2 as far as the swaling up and down here. If you're with me, remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Seek the advice of someone licensed. Trading is risky. You need to only trade with money you can afford to lose and have a maximum loss, guys, no matter what, and just stop when you get there. Don't keep trading. Got to control yourself. Okay, let's see if we can get some. Just want to take a minute and see this moving here. Yeah, so this is giving you a pretty big target, although some of that's pre-market. I was watching it swale at least 10 cents pretty quickly. Oh yeah, well, I'll go higher share size here. So let's see. So we had a tweezer move down here, and a doji turned it around just before that. That's a rickshaw man, really. And it hit a low right there, which is interesting why it would go low. What's our news on this? Yeah, I don't see why that would go down. So we're so close to the low that I hesitate to play this short. Kind of like a dip down here, maybe 98.50. I'd go into a long if it gives me an opportunity down there. What's our spread? Okay, so I will buy the bid. It's a 5-cent spread. Whoa, is it going to break all those? That's the 20, the VWAP, the 14, and the 9. Seems like it's making a move up here. A little bit of a reversal sign there. So we're retracing back from the open right now. You can see it more on the 5-minute. Yeah, dip down a little bit. Dip down a little bit so I can go long. This is you pushed away from the low, so I'd like to see this go down. There's your second red candle. 2 reversal signs that it's going back down. But man, I don't know. Can we get me anywhere near the 50 cents? 98.50, anywhere near that to take a quick trade here. 58 on the bid. Oh, wow, I'll take that. I get it. Didn't pick me up. I tried to get it at the 50 even. There it goes. As it dropped. But, oh, and that's below the magnet. Okay. That's interesting.
RAPT.
Trying to take a look here. It does definitely looks like it's going to go up to me, so we'll hold it a minute into this move. There we go. And I get that at $9 or $13. I got it at nothing because it didn't pick up. 28. I don't like not getting picked up, so I will sell the bid rather than the ask, even though the spread is not too great for me. I'm going to go for a little higher double digit because I'm going to do it that way. Oh, wow, this is really jerky.
That's RAPT.
I kind of want more shares, honestly. It's way too soon to average into half my position. Seriously? That didn't pick me up? Wow. Anyway, that was, I thought that was going to be like 18 bucks. So that after all that wasn't that good of a trade. But baby steps, right? We're doing baby steps. So I will definitely hesitate to short here, guys. I'd rather go long off this particular look, but it does seem to be creating a channel here between like 98.75 and 98.25, right around in here. Market magnets right here now, possibly turning that around. Again, I got hit in a short here a few days ago. I got out, but I had to swing it. Yeah, that pulled the magnet up, so this looks like it might be heading right to 99.
Approval for phase 1b2 clinical trial of their novel cancer drug combination. That's Lima Tango Romeo November.
So I've got my NVIDIA writing.
447 at the high.
Well, this is deciding what it's going to do. Let's take a look at that. Well, it's 22 bucks up on this trade. My position's 70.56 with just 50 shares, so that's good. But we're looking for this to go much higher, so we'll just hold steady on that and then go back to Hood. Well, that's a better look at Hood on the 5-minute. Sometimes it's really good to sit back and look to see what's happening here on a longer time frame when you get caught up in the 1 minute and then you kind of forget to look. Because as it gets up near over 99, it is possible that we might want to look at some shorting action. Right now, I'm not feeling it. Whoa. go. Look at that, huh? So it broke 99 in a big way. 15-minute has a big doji. Yeah. I'm going to wait, guys. I'm waiting because of the way this is moving up before I short it. And, you know, you could ride it up, I guess. So QQQ is now green. Hit multi-chart alignment. Here's everything's green. Everything's sending this up. It crossed over the VWAP. Yeah, the Pro meter looks good. The risk oscillator turned it around here, saying it's beyond what it should go for its normal risk level of trading it long. But if you could have caught that already, 22 cents and more. Seems like it's hitting a real resistance at that historical level. Let's take a look at that historical level. What is that historical level? 27, right there where it closed a few days ago, and then it respected it on pre-market a bunch. So, you know, that's a no-joke level that a lot of people are coming in and out at that level for whatever reason. See it kind of smooth right across on pre-market too. Thinking about shorting it, guys. Certainly by the 50 cents I would. And then my fail-safe would be the $100. Where I would probably average in at the $100. Oh, it tapped it and turned around. How was that?
MP Materials hitting new highs now, 57.70. Following the announcement of the deal with Apple. That's
okay, so it's going to respect that level.
MP
could be making a little flat top, so let's see. This is the patient part, guys. You got to wait to make sure it's a more sure thing. So that's a rickshaw man turning this around. So playing it back up off of any of these, the 9, the 20, the 14, the VWAP. Playing it back up right there would be good. Oh, the magnet just did you see that? That's why that indicator is so good. It literally sprang that stock up like a trampoline when the magnet pulled up. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't go short immediately. So we'll look for the 50 cent level maybe to try to get some of this swaling here.
Lucid Capital
Really like that
$2
$250 level, boy.
Reiterating a buy rating at $66 price target.
This is a reversal sign, even though the magnet pushed it up.
Patent issuance.
Well, now that reversal sign is negated, so. Magnet just slightly pulled up again. Looking at the 50 cent up there, I'm going to take it. I got in it, so. Oh, should have got out for like 10 bucks.
RBLX Roblox at the highs now.
Just Hood loves to torture me.
112.
Now I have to make a call. Do I average into half my position? I'm looking at the way it's swaling and it's only up right now. Market just went green across the board. Looked like it was going to dip there and then didn't. I think I will go into half my position here based on what I'm seeing. Might not give me a chance. I'm just going to buy my time for a minute, guys. Just making sure I'm not making a mistake to add to this position.
PLRZ hitting new highs now. $1.20, Papa Lima Romeo Zulu.
A minute ago, it looked like it was going to reject, and now I'm really not sure about that. So
Company secured continued listing.
there's a
on the
reversal
NASDAQ.
sign.
That's PLRZ, Papa Lima Romeo Zulu.
I'd like to see some other news about other indicators about it possibly reversing. Nope, that's not good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to add to this right now, guys. I'm not going to add to this. I don't feel comfortable that I need some sign that it's going to turn around before I add. Keeps pounding up on that $100 level like it's going to break it. When it breaks it, it could go up 20 more cents and then never give me a chance to retrace. Normally I'll let you know if I see it's about to go down, and it is not showing me that. So nope, that's a fake out. It's not going down. Broke the 100. I'd like a quick rejection out the $100 here. We need a rejection, or we want to probably get out of this trade. Leading you down a bad path here. Let's see. Yeah, that is not a rejection. Okay, so. Oh, God. It's not going well.
SMCI Super Micro getting a pop here, 53.46.
I'm going to hold it a second longer, and then I'm going to take a loss. Not going to average in here. Yeah, I'm going to get out, guys. I just, that's too bad. Okay. Well, that's too bad. It did bounce down and give me a better thing. Sorry about that if you're on that trade. That's, well, maybe you went long, which is great. Yeah, that just didn't, it just decided to take off once again. It's like, the professor's going to go short? Go, go, go. So I'm not feeling good about chasing it up, you know. Oh, now it's going down. How many of us have seen this? Oh my God. It's got me going gun shy for you guys, and I'm worried about you following me into this. Had I averaged up, yeah, maybe. I can't remember exactly where I was, but let's take an assessment of going long. Yeah, I need this to turn around. I need to see some reversal action here, for me anyway, to keep trading this. So I'm going to come back to this. Let's see where we're at on this one. Oh, now this has turned around. We're just not having a good day again. The day is young. This is stair-stepping up, retracing after the open. Yeah, the second I went in that, it never gave me Or maybe it did, and I didn't put. Yeah, it didn't pick me up. It gave me the quick after I didn't get the quick trade. I should have probably just got out for a much smaller loss. Because again, what I'm calling is very short-term moves, and then I'm waiting because I missed it. I'm waiting and wait, and then it goes against you. And mixed signals on this one. It's like right where we were coming in. I was putting it on the 5 minutes so we could see why it rejected off of that. So it retraced right to the open and then turned around. So this looks interesting to try to trade. That would be our basic channel here. What are we getting here? We're getting, again, it's more long biased than short biased. Did go all the way down to 147.35, which is $1 away from here, so we want to be careful. 9 is stopping at 14, is hitting the 14. I would tend to try to go long right there. What's our spread? Just a few cents. Yeah, it looked like it stopped on the 14. Fibs way up at 150. Took off. Wow, is it going to stop there again? That's right where it opened. Nope, it broke 149. That's the even dollar right there, that gray line. Broke back through it again. Interesting. This looks like an interesting stock to trade. We got to make up something there. 117 bucks, I think. Shorting off to 50 cents if it gives us an option. Doubling down maybe at the whole dollar. But trying to get in and out very quickly whenever I get in. Not trying to make up 117 bucks. You know, you're just trying to get 10 bucks, 12 bucks, 15 bucks, whatever it might be. Try to get it on the retracement here, going back down now. If I can get it up to near the 50 cent. Faded off. That would have been a good trade to grab it right there. Buy it on the even dollar. Maybe. What does it look like? Yeah, it's long term. Well, the SPY's going down, but everything's going down. Well, there it goes. I was going to say, I tried to pick it up, and then it didn't pick me up.
SES getting a pop to the highs on volume. San Diego.
Tried to profit right off the bat. Didn't profit. Oh my God, really? Not again. Feel much more confident in this position than
SESI AI hitting $1.02.
I kept my order in there right now. Has some pretty big moves up and down, so you know, 10, 12, 15 cents pretty quickly. I think it's going to come back up here and get a little bit of a profit here. So we'll start to baby step our way back. Here it comes. seeing me down here saying, no, don't fill his order. That's craziness. Just stay on target, guys. It's the waiting game. Here it comes. Wow, it seemed like it should have got me there. I saw 17 bucks. Gonna really either really pop or really reject. Most of the price action says it's going up, but you know, there we go. Finally, a $20 trade there. On our way. I wouldn't short until way up here. Yeah, things are moving a little slow. That took a while to get picked up. Be hard to get recovered now because of that, but we'll just keep it in here. We don't want a losing day. Well, I mean, luckily I've got the pre-market. It did good for me, but you guys didn't get that advantage. Maybe you did. You know, you can at Charles Schwab, you can start trading at 7 a.m. Come on, guys. Give us something to work with here. You're just stalling on me. I might maybe on the wrong stock here, guys. Sure, some of you are on other ones. So where did it dip down? 85. So if it comes back down to the 149, I'll try to let it dip a little further before I get in this time on a long. But I'll try to ride it back up again. But I want to get it a little lower, like it was threatening. So buy sell oscillator turned it around here. We don't want to see the magnet pull up before I would short. So if it hits up here, we need it to not have anything else telling us that it's going to go up. Just dying. Just not giving us. It's just churning right here. Wow, is it really making between like 149.06 up to 149.30 is where it seems to be making its move. See, there it goes again. All right, well, I think I'm going to try to get in on one of these moves down here. I'll go ahead and try to get in there. Okay, pick me up and try to swale back up into the 20s. There we go. There we go. So that was worth it. So I kind of zeroed in on it here rather than waiting for the historical data. Saw that where it was giving us the moves, took it on the lower dip. It's still doing the same thing, although it's threatening to break. Yeah, there it goes above that level there. So there's the $0.50 just above that. See how far it goes down. Is it going to go down into the 20 cents and below here? Let's see, 28, 26. It's not really going back the way that it was all the way down. It's not going all the way down. So this is what I mean by watching this, that it's swaling up. So it's lower lows and high. There we go. Lower lows and higher highs. I almost picked it in the teens there. It really tightened all of a sudden, so that's why I didn't buy. Like, take that. Got me there. Let's get it back up. There we go. No, didn't pick me up. There we go, 86. So this is getting us some really good channel action. I've really narrowed in down here. Now remember, when you start to think you've got the 15 to 20 cents, it makes a move, so then you have to readjust. So you got to be careful. You don't want to just immediately add in thinking that it's stopped and it's about to churn there. You have to reassess, what is it doing? Is it about to stair step up or stair step down? What is it really doing here? I mean, if it breaks this $0.50, I'd be more inclined to let it go a little higher before I get in short. You got your fib right up here. There's the $0.50. I am looking to short it. It's not swaling as low here. It went 37 cents. There it goes, 31, back into the 20s. You can see here, where our levels are. Right now, I'd like to see it get back down and retest a little lower. But it is stair-stepping up. I went in there thinking that was going to be the right spot. So let's see, I got it at 14. Does seem to be pushing higher. Tried to get out for less.
Low, bring down.
Wasn't getting greedy there. Let's see. Starting to swale up. So give it one more pop. Nope, and then it didn't. Okay. So I have it at 14, so I'm right in position, but I'm looking for this to get up like to 24 to into the 30s if it can. So this is the longest that it's beat down in a bit, so that's not good. Don't want it to break the 49. It did. It broke the 49. Okay. Make sure there's no news on this. No. Really decided it wanted to break down at the 150. Just before the 150 level here. We're only 14 cents out of position. Well, now 20 cents, but trying to determine here, guys, whether to double down here. It looks like to do it, frankly, to go into half my position size now. I'm only a quarter of my position. Got to break the 149 even there. It just did that, so it is on swaling back up. So let's see. There it goes. So maybe I didn't add. I could have added. I'm gonna get out of that. I forgot I even had an open position there. So I'll get out of that. And
blog post from Google said Rivian is getting a new navigation system with Google Maps. That's RIVN and GOO.
Tried to sell the ask. Almost sold the bid, but it looked really strong, so I went to sell the ask. Now I'm just thinking, sell. I'm just gonna sell 102. We almost got back what I lost on that trade. I think I can't remember what. I think it was over $100, right? Well, this is too good to leave. So this is really giving us some opportunities here. So let's look to go short again up here. There's the 50 cent once again. Not to be mistaken with the rap artist. All right, I'm going to go for it. Remember, if you make your goal, get out. Right? If you make your goal, get out. So I saw that it was moving up. I wanted to get out when they gave me any opportunity. It wasn't much, but it was enough that it was a green trade. So looks like Nvidia's hurting me over there. So really thought Nvidia would be soaring today. I'm so surprised. Well, and those of you that have been following me right along, let's try to recover. We're running at about 90% accuracy, but that doesn't mean we're positive cash flow. Looking for the 150 to reject off the 150. You'll see me go short off the 150. Maybe a little before, just because it might reject prior to the
CYC,
150. There it goes up.
Getting
It's really strong.
Up 128%. Charlie Yankee, Charlie, Charlie.
A lot of people would, I'm going to go ahead and go in there. So I got into the, now let's see if it breaches way through it. No, it didn't. So I got like $20 there real quick, but so it did spike above that. I didn't even see that happen actually. Wow. So it is rejecting. Reject. I'm going to go in there, guys. If it picks me up, yeah, it did. Looks like it's going to go right back up. There it goes. Oh! Saw $18 for a second, but I think I got $2 or something. Yeah, it definitely looks like it was going to go right back up, so I grabbed it, and then it as I hit the button, it went back down. But, it's still a green trade. So this is a fun place to be for this, because should be a real... besides being a fib, an even $150 should be something that's seriously respected. So let's see how it plays it. It keeps hitting it and dropping. If it breaks through it, then it becomes a support. Again, we can get down here. It just wants to keep breaking through it. So how low can it give us a dip to try to break through it? A little further down, in the 70s or 60 cents, I would like to get. Oh, nope. Of course, you watch these. If it hits enough times, then it gets a rejection. So you got to kind of look at the price action as it's moving. You see the ScalpMeter Pro here, like the buyers did go down in volume as it got up there. There it goes. It broke the 150 for a minute again. Wow. It's a nice strong move. Let's see if it gives us a chance down here. No, it's just not. It's just staying right at the top. I think we want to grab this even in the 80s maybe, just to get into a trade here, because it does look like it's going to break. I'll try that. I didn't get it picked up. Tried to get it. I got it at 83. Then it dropped. I think it's going to come right back up. Here it goes. Want to break it through the 150. I guess I'll sell the bid when it pops up. I'll do that. Okay, so 154. Yeah, this is a fun level because you can, on average, you can count on it around here, a little bit better. I think it's still trying to break through. I don't think it's going to fade way off. That's my opinion, but you guys be careful. $0.02 spread, 3-cent spread, maybe just get in the move. Here we go again. I'd be hesitant to go short right here, but I know I did before, but geez.
BKSY, Black Sky,
when it breaks, because making a flat top, it could really break here, so. I would get more. I might go short up in here if it broke through the 25 cents up above it. There it goes. You see what I mean? It's just like, boom. I'll go ahead and
WFC, Wells
short
Fargo
it there,
CEO said saw strong
thinking that it's going to
origination
pull back from
in
there,
auto
but
loans.
maybe I'm wrong.
Ending balances in our auto portfolio grew for the first time in over 3 years. That's Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie.
I almost waited a beat, you know, because it seemed like it was pausing. And it's part of the risk to just go the opposite of what it's saying. Now you're going to wait for a retracement. Stay on target. Comes down now. It was down for a split second there and then bounced back up. Made me want to go add to my position if it goes up again, because at least it's giving us retracements. So mostly the price action says up, so if you get a green retracement, I would take it. I might even grab a lesser loss here. I don't like the way the price action's moving. $0.26. Well, I just tried to take like $3 there and I didn't get it.
Trump said Fed should cut rates by 3 points, very low inflation, $1 trillion a year would be saved.
Holding that position for a minute just for a quick swale down. There we go. Yeah, I don't trust it, so I just got out, guys. So I would like to go long as it drops down. So it's right at my position still. Okay, well, I could have made more money. There it goes. Just didn't look good. That is a rejection level right there, though. So that's good. Let me take a look at some of these others here. Oh, so this is finally going back up again. That's good. Maybe it's about to make its move. And then what was the other one we traded? Was it Hood, right? Yeah, that's the one I went down on. Okay. Ouch! Don't remind me. So okay, so we're up above where we went down. If you happen to be following me exactly, which is good, but we haven't exactly made $100, have we? Now I hope a lot of you just never go short with me and you just trade long, and it does seem like the market's starting to do that now. So I can stay. Like I said, I made the money pre-market, made my book, so can stay a little later here. RV technically starts at 10:30 now for us, so now it's going to use the 150 as a support here. Anywhere near the 150, I'll get in for a bounce up. I'm just going to get in right now because it looks like it's going up on the swale, so we'll take that move up. And we'll get out quick. Really? Thank you. Normally doesn't do that, but I'm so used to trading market, it never does that for me. But see if we can get this to 217. So that everybody, if you followed me, has 100. But I'm hoping that you did your own thing and you're doing better than me even. So again, this is a great level to go long off of, but if it keeps pounding it, then we have to be more afraid, you know. See, it was 06 and then up to 19. I mean, it gave us the move already. It keeps giving us the move. I'll go ahead and try it. But then it broke it. Just what I was worried about happened. Now, it's got to break through all these averages, so, you know, I wouldn't panic or anything yet, that's for sure. But, getting a nice big fat retracement here. Yeah, just the very thing I was worried about, how it kept going lower lows, happened. I thought I might get a quick retracement there. I kind of forced that trade. Saw that it was a danger, called the danger, and then took the trade anyway. Show me some signs. Some shines. No, that's not going to get doubled down on that action. Well, that's a pretty big move for one trade after we worked so hard to get there. Now I've got to make an assessment of what's really happening here. Could be a real rejection off that 150. Might go all the way back down to 148 or something, so that's not good. Some sort of a sign that we're moving back up. I need a sign we're moving back up here, guys. It's not showing me that. It keeps making lower lows here. There was a slight swale up. Give me a green. Give me a green. And I'll average in for a big plunge forward. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and average in to the 400. Oh, I could have got out green for a split second. Don't be hurting me. Getting greedy because I could just get the trade. There it goes. All right, I was going to say I could just get the trade out because it was going down. But, you know, so that was a case where I went into half position to get out. But we could have got out anyway, I think. But, well, I guess we're right at the level we got in at, right? I can't remember what my first position was. That's a conversation for the recap. So now it scared us here. It had a reversal sign with a dragonfly down there and scared the heck out of us. So now we have to reassess what we're really doing here. I don't really want to switch stocks. Feel like we're kind of dialed into this, but that doesn't come without surprises. So, yep, see, there's a surprise. Now, you would think that would be a good spot to go long. I'd like to see this magnet pick up. Volume went up as it was going down, so not making me want to... And you can see the target for shorts way more than the target for long. So the 50 cent, you know, is giving it some support there. I need more price action to take that shot right there. Right after it scared me. It scared me a minute ago. $10.20. Those guys are starting in 10 minutes. It's nice because Charlie sets up everything. So, are we doing Apple? Yeah, we're doing Apple. So, we are RVing Apple. If anybody is going to want to go along with the RV, I see that she has set up Apple. So that must be what we're trading for the RV. I kind of thought we would because it rated so high on the criteria to trade it. You guys always want me to tell you which stock. There it is. I like to have a few minutes to actually assess what... because I'm going to call the... You know, I usually call the first trade, but... Just like these great opening candles I've been calling, huh? Oh, it looks like Nvidia's swing is going good for me, it looks like. So going back up to the 150, are we going to reject or break through it again? So, I mean, a nice tweezer move, both sides here. Hard to call. Right after that dragonfly, Learn your patterns, the candlestick pattern playbook, guys. Make sure you learn those. I'll have a link to that, but it's the only book that rates them, so that makes it much better than the other books. Excuse me. Don't know how loud that was in the microphone. I'm waiting to get one more decent trade to get us over 200 here. Here we go. I'm going to break the 150. Got all the way up here to 150.23. 150.57 is the high. Looking to short up here, guys. Just trying to get it a bit higher. Definitely keeps swelling up higher highs, so it's not the best time to do it. I'm going to go ahead there. So I'm in. Wow, that was outstanding. So rejected. I was watching the way it hit here, and it was like, that's gonna. I didn't think it was gonna be that big a rejection, but that was outstanding. So that made us money. Where everybody should be over their $100 if they captured that. That was a real rejection. Some of that was luck. I will kid you not. Let's take a look at the NVIDIA here. Okay, that's good. So now, do you want, if you took it with me, you have to ask yourselves if you want to swing this for the whole day or you just want to get out. I will get out for you guys right now, just so we are clear at what our data was here. So I'm in a long position, so I'm just going to sell market, 50 shares. So 339 on NVIDIA, and then Hood was our loss, okay? And then Palantir was 267. So, you know, I'm up just close to 500. Some of that was pre-market on a catalyst. But I think overall it was a pretty good day. Just, you know, using this strategy, you definitely would have made your goal using this strategy with me. If you're going to continue to trade without me, I like this Palantir right here. I really like this a lot right now because of the 150 is a solid level to trade around. So as you get further away from that, get more and more worried. See this coming in above the magnet? Did you see how the magnet pulled up? Price action above it? That springs the price action up, the market magnet. This should now go up. Because we're at around the 150 mark, you know, nothing's always, but now it dropped back down. But still, the price action's above it, the volume profile, so it's still saying we want to break the 150. Here's the top of the magnet turning it around at 150.13. So there's not a lot of play here. See, the magnet came up again. There's a serious battle going on here. That's when I would look down at the scalp indicator. So it's basically saying up. The sellers were lower than the buyers. So again, telling you that it's trying to make a move up. It's trending up. The multiple chart alignment says everything up at the 15. I mean, I think this is going to pop, but nope, it didn't. But still, trading around this level is good. I think if you're going to keep trading, I might go long down here. The magnet did not call that correctly. This tweezer move called it down, and that level is just too strong. It's just dropping off that 150 over and over and over again. You know, it did have a high at 150.57. That's only 57 cents. It looks like it's dollars above. It's just the way you set your. Here's where you want to go long again, at the 45 level. Again, you guys take your own trades. All right, guys. I think that was a pretty good day. It had its ups and downs, but I think we did pretty good. So I will see you back tomorrow. All right. Be careful out there and go green.